All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and this weekend, or Friday, should I say, we've got a card with Keyshawn Davis on fighting Baranchyk for the 135-pound WBO title. But at the same time, we've had some very, very serious news about Top Rank and their contract with ESPN, which, should I say, is no more. So Keyshawn Davis is going to be a little bit of a crossroads with some decisions to make if he's able to get past Baranchyk. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this episode of Prove It, Keyshawn Davis is going to most likely have an opportunity to prove that he really does want to fight with the kingpin of the division and the big money man of the division, Gervonta Tank Davis. Because he, most likely, this Friday will become a world champion for the first time. But also, he will more than likely be in a position to be a free agent if Top Rank does not find a place to take Keyshawn that is suitable. There is a good chance that Keyshawn Davis could be available. And if he's a champion and if he's available, he would be in the same situation as who? Shakur Stevenson, who also had a choice. He had a choice to say, okay, well, I'm not going to be with Top Rank. Where am I going to go? What did he choose? He chose Eddie Hearn. He chose the rehab season. So you know what that meant. That meant that Shakur Stevenson, by default, chose not to fight Gervonta Davis because he said, look, I'm heading over there. If Keyshawn Davis, who said, I want to fight Gervonta Davis, turns around and does the same thing as Shakur, then we should not be hearing anything about why Gervonta Davis is not chasing greatness. Because if Gervonta Davis has to follow Keyshawn Davis over to DAZN and Turkey Al-Sheikh, where's the greatness exactly that he's chasing? There's not greatness there. If anybody is chasing greatness, which is, let's say, a big accomplishment in their career, like beating somebody that is, other than on ESPN itself, universally recognized as one of the top fighters in the world, like Gervonta Davis, I got to put a pin in this too. Man, look, I don't know for sure if ESPN is going to go out a bit, whether they are just getting rid of Top Rank or whether they're getting rid of boxing altogether. But I have to put a little pause in this video and say I certainly hope, no matter what they do, they get rid of their telecast. I really do hope they get rid of their boxing rating systems, like get rid of the ESPN pound for pound list. I hope they get rid of the whole doggone thing. But they won't. They will still have Boxing Writers Association of America writers who are shilling for one promoter or another, using ESPN as a way to, do the Mike Coppinger. But man, anyway, I'm sorry I got sidetracked in the middle of the live stream, because I'm still just so taken back from the news that Top Rank is gone from ESPN. But Keyshawn Davis, it's going to affect Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn Davis has got to make that choice. And so for the people that say they want to see the best fight the best, I know you're going to be telling Keyshawn Davis, hey, man, go call Al Heyman, because that's the best dude in your division. That's the dude you want to fight, right? Go to Al Heyman. No, they're not going to say that. You know what Keyshawn Davis is more than likely going to do, because Keyshawn Davis is going to wind up at 140 before you know it. Keyshawn Davis is probably going to go over there to try to find a way to get to Eddie Hearn or somebody so that he can get that turkey money and he can get thrown into that mix over there with a bunch of guys that are not fighting to be the best. They're fighting for the biggest bag. And you can't tell me that that people are going to sign with Turki Al-Sheikh so they can fight the best. No, they're going over there so that they can get a bag of money. That's what they're doing. But people then assign and say, well, Turki is making the best fights. One of these days, man, I'm going to do a deep dive and really look and see, okay, is he really? Is Turki Al-Sheikh really making better fights than everybody else? I know there's Dimitri Bivol versus Beterbiev. What else is there? Like, really? Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk? I think that fight would have gotten made regardless. I don't think that they needed anybody to make that fight. They could have made that fight over there as long as Tyson Fury didn't get greedy. But anyway, was that like some super great fight everybody was excited about? No. It's just an attempt. These guys are making an attempt to try to swell up these European fighters and make these European fighters seem like there's something that they're really not, especially in the United States. At the end of the day, though, we'll see where boxing goes, man. I'm hopeful that that we're not going to have like a real split in boxing like there was when Bob Arum and Don King were the top promoters. There was a bit of a split there, but those guys work together. This thing right here seems like it's really like splitting into Saudi Arabian boxing, taking over the UK and British boxing. And as a result, some of the decentralized nature of boxing in America will force many of those fighters to go over there and kind of get sucked into that vacuum over there. But as long as there is that going on, then there's going to be only one major player in American boxing, and that's going to be the PBC. It's just going to be so interesting to see. That's why I hope Keyshawn Davis goes over there. But at the same time, I understand if Keyshawn Davis decides, hey, nope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ride my top rank contract out and I'm going to go and try to get, the absolute biggest bag that I can. I wouldn't fault him. I wouldn't fault him personally at all. However, for the people that criticize Gervonta Davis, like you can't have it both ways. It can't be okay for Keyshawn Davis to go over there and chase a bag, but it's not okay for Gervonta Davis to stay right where he is to get a bigger bag than Keyshawn Davis is chasing over there. But anyway, at the end of the day, man, boxing is going to be cool. I'm not upset that there's a good amount of money going around in boxing. It just seems like the business model over there in Saudi Arabia is to lose money. And I hope Keyshawn doesn't go that way. Because Gervonta, as far as the current, crop of stars related to PBC, I don't see those guys going anywhere. I don't see them going anywhere. I don't see, except for to the extent that these guys may be retiring, like Arrow may not be too, much longer. But anyway, it is what it is, man. I'm wishing for the best for American boxing. I'm hoping that we get the Gervonta Davis, Keyshawn Davis fight. I do think if Keyshawn Davis is really talking about fighting him, that you do got to do what's necessary to get the fight, which is to go over there and sign a deal that will lead to that fight. And if you're over there with the PBC, you will get that fight. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.